Hey y'all, Candace here from Little Steps Big Happy. I share health and fitness tips for moms. So today is part 3 in the series I've been doing, and it's all about how to set health and fitness goals. And this is kind of my favorite time of year to do this. I love health and fitness goals. And January is the time of year that we're all kind of really getting a reset, a fresh start, shaking off the old year, making plans for the new year, and I want to share with y'all what's worked for me so you guys can really kind of make the most of this time. So if you haven't watched the past videos, the first video was all about getting specific on your end goal. You know, we kind of all have these really good intentions, but when you don't know exactly what that looks like, it's really kind of hard to make a good plan. You really just don't know what exactly needed to get there. And so I found it super helpful to get specific about your end goal. Video 2 was all about setting a deadline. When you have a deadline, it really helps you to hold yourself accountable along the way. If deadlines kind of make you anxious, go back and watch that video because I gave you guys some really good tips. And then today, video 3, I'm going to talk about breaking your goal down into bite-sized pieces. This is my favorite part when it comes to setting goals, because this is the part that's really had the most impact for me. This is what has helped me the most. It's kind of like this, oh my goodness, now I can actually do it type of thing. That's what this has been for me in the past. So what it means to break down your goals. A lot of times when we set these goals, sometimes they feel maybe unachievable, or they feel so far away and we're just like, oh, I'm never gonna get there, or I've got so far to go, or it's so hard, or how am I gonna get from here to there? You know, like, this is my goal, this is who I wanna be, but you don't really know the bridge between where you're at now and where you wanna get. So what I have found to be just super amazingly helpful is you break your goal down into bite-sized pieces. Now, there are several ways to do this. You know, I've heard of a lot of great ideas. I'll kind of talk with 2 that have worked the best for me. So one of them is called, the way I learned about it, the person I learned it from, they call it a 4-circle method. And so what you do is you start with your goal. You know, you're really specific, your deadline goal. So if your goal is like, I want to lose 45 pounds and I want to lose it in like 6 months or something. So 45 pounds, 6 months, that's your goal. That goes in your first circle. Circle number 2 is you're like, okay, if I want to lose 6 pounds and 45 pounds in 6 months, how much do I need to lose each month? So 45 divided by 6, y'all forgive my math, but it's about 7-ish pounds, right? 7 and some change. So each month, my goal is to lose 7 pounds. Okay, that goes in circle 2. Circle 3 is, if I want to lose 7 pounds in a month, how much do I need to lose each week? So maybe 1.5 pounds, right? That's not exact, you know, but you know, for this example, each week I need to lose 1.5 pounds. That's a super reasonable goal. That's totally doable. So that's circle 3. And then circle 4, then you write down, what do I need to do each day to help me lose 1.5 pounds a week? And so that's how you kind of take this really far off goal and you break it down a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller. Now you know, okay, every day, what do I need to do to lose 1.5 pounds? It might be I need to make sure I drink all my water. I need to exercise, you know, I need to make a meal plan. You know, I want to start adding in vegetables. You know, I want to eat less wheat. I want to cut out pizza. Like, whatever it is for you, whatever specific steps that you want to work on, now you kind of know every day how you can continue to work towards that big goal. And one of my favorite things about this is it takes something that feels unachievable and makes it so bite-sized that you're like, yeah, I could do that. So if I'm like, okay, I just need to lose 1.5 pounds that week, I can wrap my mind around that. I can wake up every day that week and be like, yeah, I'm going to work towards this, because the end goal that I'm thinking about, what I'm focusing on, is right there. It's achievable. I could practically grab it, right? Like if you go to somebody like, hey, could you lose 1.5 pounds this week? You think you could do that? You're like, yeah, I could probably do that. I can make that work, right? But if you think like, can I lose 45 pounds? God, you know, I've tried to lose weight before. It's so hard. 45 is a lot. It's so far away. You know, like our brains instantly go to the place of the drama, and it's so hard, and I've tried before, and I don't know, and you know, that sounds so much more difficult. But when I'm like, hey, 1.5 pounds, I just need to lose 1.5 pounds, that's all I'm going to focus on right now, all of a sudden we feel so much more confident, so much more willing to get out there and try it. You know, at least for me, when I break my goals down, I'm like, yeah, I could do that. I can do that. And then I just keep doing that over and over. Next thing you know, it's a month. And I'm like, okay, hey, I'm on track. Woohoo, keep going. You know, and then the next month. And then when I look up 6 months later, I've gotten there. Because I didn't focus on 6 months from now. I just focused on maybe today and maybe this week. And I just put my energy there. And it just, you know, a lot of times when it comes to this stuff, just having the motivation, the confidence in ourselves that we can do it will keep us trying and get us there above even just the strategies that we're doing. So that's kind of the first method that we use. The other method that I've used that's been really helpful for me is writing down what's called like you take your goal, right? You take your finite goal, your big goal. So we take our goal, I want to lose 45 pounds in 6 months. And then what I've tried before that I kind of like too is you write down what's called a massive action list. And so you rack your brain for every single thing you can think of that's going to get you there in 6 months. I mean, if you could think of 10 things, try 20, right? If you can think of 10 things easy, try 20. Like the last time I did this, I made a list of 50 things. And like, I'm not going to say, you know, that's super easy because our brains want to stall out at like 10, 15, maybe 20. And then at that point in time, I started like researching, like, what have other people done to do this? And the massive action list is not everything you want to do right now. It's not everything that you feel good doing or you're confident doing or it's easy for you. Some of this stuff is going to be things you're not ready for yet. Some of it is like, okay, this would work, but I would hate doing that. Like, for example, if I'm writing a massive action list to lose weight, I can put on, I'm going to eat keto. True story. I'm never going to eat keto in that it doesn't work for me. I was miserable when I tried it. I can't sustain it. But it's on my list. I'm just really trying to get my creative juices flowing and really trying to think outside of the box for things that would work. And so you write your super long massive list, like, again, really exhaust all of the options you could possibly think of. And then once you do that, you start picking like, okay, I wrote this down, I'm not going to do that, right? And then, okay, this is a good one, but I'm not ready for it yet. And then you start finding the ones like, what are the things that you're willing to do today, tomorrow, on the list? So I'll give you guys some examples that might be helpful of things that might go on your massive action list. So it could be cutting out sugar, cutting out wheat, eating keto, you know, trying Atkins, trying Weight Watchers, meal planning, meal prepping, counting macros, eating vegan. You might put on there exercising every day, doing more cardio, doing more strength training, joining a gym, you know, looking up subscription channels on YouTube for home workouts, trying fitness classes, buying DVDs. Maybe you want to, you know, check out Beachbody, get accountability partners, join accountability groups, you know, look up some new healthy recipes you could try. You know, like, you guys kind of get what I'm going, is you make just this super long list of every single thing that you could possibly think that would help you work towards your goal. And then you start picking a few that you're ready to start today. So maybe it's like, okay, some of these sound good, but I'm not ready for that, but I could go for a walk every day and I could start, you know, drinking more water. And then you periodically start coming back to this list. Okay, what am I ready to try now? What am I ready to try next? What's another thing from this list that I'm ready to start trying? And so I like to kind of pick a few things to work on this week, and then the next week when I'm feeling good about it, I pick a few more things. And the point of this is that it gets you into action right now. It gets you working towards your goal right now, and you continually have a reference for yourself for things that you can go back and be like, okay, well, now that I've lost this much weight and these things are working, but I'm kind of stalling out, what else can I do? And you always have that list. And it's a list you can always add to as you learn new things, you come across new things, try things. You can add to the list, but you always have a reference for yourself where you can go back and find more things to do, more things to try. I mean, and hey, so those are two things that have worked really well. You can also combine the two together. I have done that, and that has worked fantastic for me. I just want to share that with y'all because this was the step that when I started doing this, you know, my goals didn't just become things that I intended to do, hoped I did, wanted to do, but I actually started following through and I started seeing the progress and the results. And I mean, really, when you start getting that ball rolling, you know, it's amazing. Your life can just changed so much. So I hope that was helpful for y'all. If you ever have any questions or anything that I didn't explain clearly enough, please let me know. I really want the information that, you know, I'm sharing this to be useful for you, that you can really use it and make changes. And if I have not explained that well enough, please let me know so I can help with that. I hope you're doing well, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.